Hello GSD499 class. So last seminar was all about figuring out what kind of game your group was going to make. I've skimmed over your ideas. Nothing off the top of my head jumped out at me. Um, the one, there's a couple things. One is um, make sure your game is 3D. So if you're going to do a Minecraft type design or look of the game, you really need to be able to sell the 3D element to it. Okay. Um, then the other piece about it, the things that you guys passed in, please make sure you put your name on these. I got a couple documents with nobody's name on them. And then, secondly, please make sure that you are passing in the same document as the rest of the group. There's at least one group that passed in documents that one was in two different formats, and I think one of them had the names in it and the other one didn't have the names. So obviously some modifications were made after the group had decided to pass this in. Okay, so make sure you put your name and the date and your project and your team name on pretty much all your documents. And then my suggestion is that once one of you is finished with all that, to zip it all up and give it to everybody in the group to pass in. Okay? Because what's going to happen is, especially when the projects start getting uploaded, I'm not going to download everybody's project to grade. I'm just going to download one of your projects in whatever grade that one has, or whatever content's in there, that's the grade the whole group's going to get. Okay? So make sure everything is in there and they match. And I will ding groups later on if their stuff does not match. So obviously I am downloading everything if I think there's something fishy going on. Okay, so for this week, it's all about figuring out what assets you need to make your game with. Okay, so we're not building the game yet. We're thinking about what we need for the game. So, it says use an asset database. I don't think anybody's ever used a database for this. Everybody just uses an Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet, whatever spreadsheet system you want to use. And so you're going to have categories in there: models, animation, textures, sound, music, dialogue, whatnot. And in those categories, you're going to list out everything you are going to need for this game. Okay? For example, let's say you're doing a pirate game. So some of the models you're going to need is a pirate, a sword, treasure chest, and an island. Okay? Then you're going to look at that list and say, okay, obviously the island needs more than just an island description. What's on an island? Okay, on an island we have palm trees, we have rocks, we have a sandy beach, we have an ocean, we have crabs, we have other wildlife, we have fish. You're gonna make this list with everything you want in your game. Okay, so this list should have hundreds of items in it, if not more. Then, so pretty much that's one column. And these columns can be in any order, and you can add more columns if you think I'm missing something and you want to add some more information to this spreadsheet. But what you're going to do next, so in the next column, you're going to put down, are you going to be making this, or you're going to get it from somewhere? okay? Or if you need to find it, okay? The next column is going to be who's going to do these items, who's going to either get this item or who's going to make this item. So you need a column for that. If you get this item from the internet, off the web, from a store, whatnot, you need to list where you got it from. So obviously if it's a website, you put website. So if you go to TurboSquid, put turbosquid.com. And then you're going to list the license that comes with it in another column. And so if it's free for educational, you just put free for educational. If it's an asset that you bought, then you can say, bought for X number of dollars or whatever you want to put. Okay? In a nutshell, that's pretty much all you need for this spreadsheet. But like I said before, if you need something in there for whatever reason you think it's important, you can put in there. Okay? For example, I thought of another column you should have in there, and that is the item done? Is it in progress? Or is it acquired? What's the status of this asset? Did we find one yet? Whatever you want to put in that column, okay? I think for the most part that is it for this week's project. So, it sounds easy and quick, but you really should put some time into it and think about what exactly you want in your game. Again, like for the pirate game example, for that island, right? I mean, it was easy just to say you want an island, but when you start thinking about all the things you want in there, it becomes a big list. So, at the palm tree, what's on palm trees? Coconuts. Oh, so maybe we have some coconuts falling down, or there's some on the ground. So, I mean, that's a totally different asset than the palm tree with the coconuts in it, right? The crabs. Are you going to just have little crabs? Are they all going to be the same? You're going to have multiple different crabs? What about those? What about the sand on the shore? Obviously, they're not going to be little sand models, but you need a texture for that, and that's where the texture section comes in. You're going to have other trees and other bushes and other plants. And these environments they just don't have one plant. In these environments, they have several different plants, like dozens of plants, to give it variety, and so you don't see the same thing over and over again. So that's why your list should be like 100 items, if not more. Now, you don't have to count it to make sure you have 100 items. I'm just saying this list should be extensive. It should have a lot in it. And this is not a 5-minute project to get this done this week, okay? You should spend a couple hours each of you with this, okay? With that said, let's continue on. So there's a group journal that needs to be passed in, and then there's self-assessments and team assessments. So work on those, and yeah, just pass them in. I guess that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.